A smear frame is when you have a... Here's from SpongeBob. Basically, a smear frame is if you pause a frame at the wrong point, or I guess maybe at the right point, you'll see something that is non-visually representative of the actual stuff taking place. Smear frames are good. They're a good thing. Idiots will sometimes pause a show and go like, oh, look at the budget, look at this frame, because their small brains can't comprehend how this looks in motion. When stuff like this, when you have frames that are done like this, it conveys a sense of motion that simple, like, directly representative frame-by-frame drawings are not good enough for. They always say it's bad. Well, because they don't know. They don't understand. They can't appreciate. Best one? Ah, yes, the best one. The most well-known smear frame, perhaps. At least one of the most well-known smear frames. Guilty Gear uses smear frames. Everything good uses smear frames. Skullgirls cerebellum moves. You can see it very clearly in any well-animated 2D and sometimes even 3D stuff. If you pause, oftentimes you will see non-representative frames of what they're doing, even for something like a fighting game which relies on like really snappy movements. Oh, you just saw a big one right there, didn't you? I don't know if I'll be able to pause to catch it, and I don't really feel like fishing for frames, but there it goes. Conveys a lot. It's good. I can't believe I caught that. It helps that I main cerebellum, so I know when the timing for the attack is. Okay, that's enough. The original Fire Emblem sprite sheet is amazing. Ah, yeah, there we go. Stuff like this is good. It's called not being a coward. God damn, look at that. Look at the smear frames on these. This is the true power of smear frames. Can you tell which ones are smeared? But you can understand how, like, in a jump animation, going from this to this directly just does not have the weight of this, like, flash of motion and light and color that you see for only a second before the image crystallizes and you have the actual motion, you know? No one beats Homer Simpson's smear frames. Hell yeah! As a general rule, if you see something with a smear frame, that usually means that it was, like, done in a traditional sense, because most of the time shows that are done digitally do not have smear frames. Like, there might be some, but when you watch shows like Rick and Morty, or just like any modern digitally animated show, they tend not to have smear frames. They tend to forego a lot of the animation principles and stick to, like, a cheaper production process, which involves a lot of tweening and, keeping everyone on model. It's good. Can they just use motion blur? No, you can't use motion blur to convey a smear frame. If it was something that you could just interpolate, then it wouldn't need to take any artistry. You need to... It's a thing, it's a thing, it's a thing, it's a thing. You know? Did an older Family Guy season use smears? More than they do now, that's for sure.